This morning, I'm going to share another excerpt from the private training session I conducted for an international group of business leaders. This is a really important topic and one of the greatest challenges we will face as we look to build our enterprises, fulfill our purpose, and make our big impact in the world. The question they asked was, what issues should we focus on to recruit? Most of our managers have a problem with recruitment. Here is a small excerpt of my answer. The challenge in finding top talent today is greater now than it has ever been. And this is probably surprising to most people. Why? Why would it be so surprising? Well, because there's never been more people on the planet than at any time in all of human history. The population on the planet since I was born here has more than doubled. More than doubled since each of you have been born here. When I was born, there was only 3 billion people. There's now almost 8 billion people. And now coming out of a pandemic, unemployment is still relatively high in most places in the world. Lots of people are looking for jobs. So the means of supply of potential job applicants is bountiful. There's lots of people looking for jobs, probably bigger than at any time in history. But yet, finding top talent is ridiculously difficult, and it's getting more and more difficult as we go forward into the future. Why is that? Well, there's two reasons, and these reasons are really important for you to understand. If you desire to recruit and hire top talent for your mission, for your cause, for your enterprise, and your team. So if you're taking notes, I suggest that you write these two things down. Here's number one. Most industrialized countries are going through a great workforce restructuring. Our business and consumer technologies are racing ahead, but our personal and organizational skills are lagging behind. On the client or customer side of your business, many technological advancements have come, right? Automations, self-checkouts, bots for customer service, and so forth. But this has all happened at the expense of human contact and connections. Organizations now need to reinvent their business model to marry these great digital technologies, but also to mix in great human experiences, to create emotional connections with clients in the best way possible using these technologies. So here's the one thing that technology cannot replace, and that is being human. As long as we are humans, we need to connect emotionally with other humans. So the dynamic that we have in the modern workforce is this. We have a high demand for human emotional intelligence. And due to technology replacing most human touch points, it makes human touch points more valuable than ever. But we have a low supply of human emotional intelligence. And this is because for the last several hundred years, our economic system was based on one where if we needed to grow or scale our business, we would just throw more people at the problem, right? We just hire more low emotionally intelligent, but labor-oriented type of people, right? It was low-skilled people at these growth problems. But today, most all those low emotionally intelligent, low-skill work has been replaced by technology. And it leaves us with lots of people roaming around the workforce, but most of them are ill-equipped with the skills that we really need today. In other words, we have lots of people out there, but few with emotional intelligence. And the talent for skilled people with high emotional intelligence is in short supply, causing a massive top talent supply problem. And this is why one of the big consulting companies in America, McKinsey & Company, calls this the greatest world war of the 21st century. And it is the war for talent. Note that this is not a war for workers. This is a war for talent. A-player, top talent. McKinsey writes this. They say the most important asset in a company will not be technology or global positioning or operational agility. It will be human capital. Finding and retaining talented people will be the most valued company resource over the next 20 years. It will also be, they say, the resource in the shortest supply. The publication that we have here called The Economist said, finding the right people is the single biggest problem in business today. Attracting and retaining talent, regardless of company size or the industry that you're in. That's number one. The second reason why it is tougher to recruit top talent and why the competition is more fierce than ever is that talent now has lots of choices. They are no longer limited to the jobs within the proximity of their home and family. The world is now open to them. They can now dictate their terms. And this pandemic forced the work from home model, and now the genie is out of the bottle and she's not going back in. It will be those offering the most flexible work conditions. Those are the ones that are going to pick off the best talent, particularly from those who fall back to the 2019 ways of working. Understand this. A company consists of only one thing: people. Businesses are not profit and loss statements. They're not balance sheets. They're not systems and processes. They're not tactics and strategies. They're not tasks and deliverables. Businesses are people. People serving people. And if you can get the people part of your business right, the people will take care of the rest. As Richard Branson explained it to me, he said, our Virgin airline buys the same Boeing planes as British Airways, as American Airlines, as United, as Delta. It's not the planes that determine the success of our business, but the people that you put in the planes that make a company mediocre or make it excellent. The businesses that become the best are the ones who have recruited, retained, and led the best people. So for your notes, marketplace war happens at the hiring table, not in advertising, not in the engineering department, and not at the shareholders meeting. Let me try to put it to you as simply as possible. Winning in the marketplace, accomplishing your big goals, achieving your mission, making your big impact, fortifying your legacy, and how your life will be remembered comes down to one 4-letter word. You ready? That 4-letter word is H-I-R-E, hire. It's who you end up hiring. Now, if that didn't grab you by the throat, let me see if I can grab you by the wallet. Typically, 65 to 80% of all operating costs of a company are consumed in the salaries and wages that you pay your people. And because this is such a consequential part of your business, because it consumes so much of your expenses and it impacts the bottom line so sharply, you only need to improve your recruiting success rate by 25% to 2x to double your productive output and growth trajectory. This right here is one of the biggest factors that can multiply your results. Learning to hire right. And with the same payroll, not spending any more money. And with the same number of people, actually probably less. And with less headaches and stress, you can 2 to 3 times your business size and production. As Vinod, the founder of Sun Microsystems, said, a company becomes the people it hires, not the plan it makes. Let me let that sink in for you. A company becomes the people it hires, not the plans it makes. You see, it won't be your mission or your vision or your goals or your ambition or your strategies or your plans that will determine your success as a company. It will be the people that you hire. Learning how to hire right is something that I teach at our Global Business Masterclass training. But for now, I tell you, this is a critical issue that right now is the dividing line of competition in the marketplace, learning to hire the right, top talented, highly skilled people. You can have 2 different companies who sell virtually the same thing, and the determination of whether one becomes successful or not has nothing to do with the product, the strategies of the plans. It has to do with the people that are recruited inside either one of those 2 companies. All right, Darren Daily friends, so tell us, who do you need to recruit to help you get to the next level of your growth? What position and to do what? Even if it is just to help you at home, notate who it is and what they're going to do in your Darren Daily Journal and share it with us also in the comments below. And if you are a business leader and you really do want the strategic formula for being able to recruit anybody that you want, no kidding, and then get them to do anything that you want, I can teach you that formula and give you all the tools that you'll need to do so at our Business Masterclass. If you haven't already attended, inquire about an invitation below. I'm telling you, you'd be crazy not to.